Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Namaste. Welcome to session 68 of the Sundarakandam learning series. Now we are starting the 25th Sarga of the Sundarakandam. We will see the name of the Sarga, Sita Vishadaha, sorrow of Sita. Okay. So 25th Sarga is called Sita Vishadaha. Sita Vishadaha means sorrow of Sita Mata. After having, Rukuji, your hand is raised.
In my book, it says Sita Nirvedaha.
Same thing. No? Vishadaha, Nirvedaha, both mean the same. So Vishadaha means be very sad. Sita's sorrow on account of the Rakshasis talking to her as they did on the 24th Sarga, going so far as to threaten to wring her neck, cut her up into pieces and eat her up and dance the Nikumbila dance. Okay, and satiate themselves with human flesh which they have not enjoyed for a long time. After they spoke to her like this, understandably, Sita Mata is sad. So Sita's sorrow is the main theme of the chapter. Now if I'm allowing somebody inside or doing something, automatically the screen is changing, no? It's visible? Same screen? Maybe for me it's freezing. Can somebody please give me feedback? Is
No, it's the same. Nothing has moved.
Then for me it is not moving. Okay, fine. Then that is a more manageable thing. So let's see the first shloka of the 25th Sarga. अथ तासां वदन्तीनाम् परुषं दारुणं बहु राक्षसीनाम सौम्यानां रुरोदजनकात्मजा अथ तासां वदन्तीनां परुषं दारुणं बहु अथ तासां वदन्तीनां परुषं दारुणं बहु राक्षसीनाम सौम्यानां रुरोदजनकात्मजा राक्षसीनाम सौम्यानां रुरोदजनकात्मजा. Together. अथ तासां वदन्तीनां परुषं दारुणं बहु राक्षसीनाम सौम्यानां रुरोदजनकात्मजा. I'm getting a feedback from two of you that you're not able to see the shlokas move on screen. Is it only
No, it's not moving. It's that first screen which generally says Vidya Parampara. No, only that it is standing there. Actually, even I can't even.
You can't see the shloka at all.
No, ma'am.
Yes. Because even I can't see it in the screen. I'm going back to the shloka screen. I'm going to stop sharing and again reshare. Let me see if I put it as present or not. Let's hope it comes better now. Okay. Yeah, now it should be okay, right? I restarted the presentation. Okay. No idea why this.
Yes.
Okay, at least it came. Okay, right. So, atha, Mangalarthe atha, note. Wherever it starts with atha, tatha, atha is even more. Okay. Atha to Brahma Jigyasa is the starting of Brahma Sutra. So, atha is Mangalarthe, particle. But here, the whole Sarga is about something very sad. Sita Mata's Dukkha. So why does Valmiki Maharishi begin the very first Sarga which leads up to her Atmahatya Nishchayaha, which happens in the 28th Sarga? This is the Sarga where she works herself up into greater sorrow. Okay, so why does he begin it with the Mangalarthe Atha? It is probably because It is this sorrow of hers which has taken her near the Shimshupa Vriksha where Hanuman is hiding. Okay. Soon she is going to meet him. Soon he is going to talk to her. So, it is never as bad as it seems. To convey that message, there is always a silver lining in every cloud, we say no in English. Similarly, it is never as bad as it seems. So as to reassure the reader. The 24th Sarga, we were all very, very sad when we read those lines about how the Rakshasis were threatening Sita Mata. We actually chanted Bhumos Kalita Padanam. We actually chanted Sri Rama Rama Rameti because we were very upset at the lines used. So Valmiki, as if to reassure the reader that all is not lost, don't worry, uses the Mangalarthi Atha. Mangalarthi Atha means Atha, the particle that signifies auspiciousness. That's how he begins the Sarga 25. Okay. So, Rukuji.
What is Mangala Arthya? I don't know.
I just told, no, that which signifies auspiciousness.
No. How do you say it? Mangala?
Mangalarthe.
Mangalarthe. Okay.
Okay. Right. So, Ruroda is the verb. Ruroda means what? Cried. Sita Mata cried. Atha, then. Tasam, Asaumyanam, Rakshasinam, Vadantinam. Asaumyanam, Tasam, Rakshasinam, Vadantinam. All these are adjectives of the Rakshasis of the Sixthi Vibhakti. Of the Asaumya. Asaumya means what? Ugly looking, fierce looking. Not only were they fierce in their aspect, but they were also fierce in their words. Their words were also Asaumya, their appearance was also Asaumya. Tasam, of those, Rakshasinam, of those Rakshasis, Vadantinam, who had spoken these harsh words. Bahu Parusham Darusham Vadantinam, who had spoken what kind of words? Bahu, exceedingly, Parusham, harsh, Darunam, dreadful. So, of those Rakshasis who had spoken these dreadful words, okay, Janakatmaja Ruruda. Having heard these words, Janakatmaja, Sita Mata, Ruroda, cried, burst into tears. Okay, I hope the meaning is clear. I'm moving forward. Eva mukta tu vaidehi, Eva mukta tu vaidehi, Rakshasibhir manasvini, Rakshasibhir manasvini, Uvacha paramatrasta, Uvacha paramatrasta, Bashpagadgadaya gira, Bashpagadgadaya gira, Eva mukta tu vaidehi, Rakshasibhir manasvini, Eva mukta tu vaidehi, Rakshasibhir manasvini, Uvacha paramatrasta, Bashpagadgadaya gira, Uvacha paramatrasta, Bashpagadgadaya gira. Together. Eva mukta tu vaidehi, Rakshasibhir manasvini, Uvacha paramatrasta, Bashpagadgadaya gira. Sarasaji, your hand is raised. Patha Veda, I presume.
Yeah, because in between 4 lines of his list in my book, Sa Snapayanti Vipulo Sano Netra Jale
It will come. In the Giri book, it is coming later.
Okay.
She wants herself with her tears. That will come.
It will come later. Okay, thanks.
If you read the critical edition also, you will find that according to the commentaries also, the order is here and there, a little different. Okay. So, Rakshasi bihi eva mukta manasvini vaidehi paramatrasta bashpagadgadaya gira uvacha. The verb is uvacha. Sita spoke. Okay. What did she say? Rakshasi bihi eva mukta. One who was spoken to thus by the Rakshasis. Rakshasi bihi means by the Rakshasihi. By the Rakshasis. Eva mukta means one who was thus spoken to. Manaswini, the noble lady. Here, Tilaka, Ramayana Tilaka commentary says that she was noble because she was Prativratye Dridhamana, one who was chaste in her conduct. So, she was considered as Manaswini, noble lady. Vaidehi. Paramatrasta. Paramatrasta means what? Exceedingly shaken up. It is wrong to use the word afraid here. Okay. Exceedingly agitated. Bashpagadgadaya, with overflowing tears. Gira, words. So her voice was choked with the tears that she was holding back unsuccessfully. So Bashpagadgadaya Gira Uvacha. Drenched with tears, the words seemed to come out of her choked throat. She was exceedingly agitated. न मानुषी राक्षसस्य न मानुषी राक्षसस्य भार्या भवितुमर्हति भार्या भवितुमर्हति कामं खादत मां सर्वा कामं खादत मां सर्वा न करिष्यामि वो वचः न करिष्यामि वो वचः न मानुषी राक्षसस्य भार्या भवितुमर्हति न मानुषी राक्षसस्य भार्या भवितुमर्हति कामं खादत मां सर्वा न करिष्यामि वो वचः कामं खादत मां सर्वा न करिष्यामि वो वचः न मानुषी राक्षसस्य भार्या भवितुमर्हति कामं खादत मां सर्वा न करिष्यामि वो वचः. Shloka seems familiar. Where did we see it? I'll give a clue.
The last Sarga, ma'am.
Last Sarga.
Because there also.
Yo me bharta same prabhu. Previous shloka to that is this only. In that one, she is saying this in order to justify her chastity, in order to explain that my Prabhu is my all, For that, she makes this dialogue. She says this dialogue. Here, out of frustration, she is saying this dialogue. Okay, that is why Purarukti. That is why 2 times it appears. In Sahitya, if it comes 2 times, it is not a dosha. Sometimes purists will consider it a dosha. Purist means what? Those who are very, very finicky will consider it a dosha to have the same things coming 2 times. We must understand the context is slightly different. Earlier when it appeared, it was to justify that, hey, how dare you speak to me like this? I'm devoted to my husband. If you want to eat me up. That was told with anger. That was told with a sense of do what you like. But now, when she's saying the same thing, it is told with extreme agitation. Again, she's trying to tell, I'm trying to reason with you, try to understand. A human being cannot become the wife of a Rakshasa. Kamam khadatamam. You eat me as you desire. Sarvaha, all of you. Na karishyami govachaha. Your words I will not follow. Same meaning as in that shloka. Context is different. Context is, there it was anger, here it is frustration. Okay, now we'll move to the next. Sarakshasi madhyagata. Sarakshasi madhyagata. Sita surasutopama. Sita surasutopama. Na sharmale dukharta. Na sharmale dukharta. Ravanena chatarjita. Ravanena chatarjita. Sarakshasi madhyagata. Sita surasutopama. Sarakshasi madhyagata. Sita surasutopama. Na sharmale dukharta. Ravanena chatarjita. Na sharmale dukharta. Ravanena chatarjita. Together. Sarakshasi madhyagata. Sita surasutopama. Na sharmale dukharta. Ravanena chatarjita. The verb here is lebhe. Labh dhatu. It's an atmanepadi dhatu. That is why the rupas are different. Okay. Lebhe means get. Na lebhe. she did not get. What did she not get? Sharma na leve. Please don't understand the word Sharma in Sanskrit to mean the same as Sharam in Hindi, which is shyness or lajja. But Sharma here means solace, some relief. She did not get any solace, sukha. So Rakshasi Madhyagata, caught in the middle of the Rakshasis, Kartrupadam. Surasutopama, one who is equal to the daughter of the Suras or the Devas. Upama, Surasuta means daughter of the Devas. Upama means one who is equal to, one who is like. Ravanena Chatarjita, Ravanena by Ravana, Tarjita, one who was threatened. Sa Sita, Dukharta, distressed. Sharmana Lekhe did not find any solace. She was in a very hostile environment where there was nothing giving her solace. Vepate smadhikam Sita, Vepate smadhikam Sita, Vishanti Vangamatmanaha. Vishanti Vangamatmanaha. Vishanti, Vishantihi Va Angam Atmanaha. Vaneyutha Paribhrashta, Vaneyutha Paribhrashta, Mrigi Kokairivartita, Mrigi Kokairivartita, Vepate Smadhikam Sita Vishanti Vangamatmanaha, Vepate Smadhikam Sita Vishanti Vangamatmanaha. Vaneyutha Paribhrashta, Mrigi Kokairivartita, Vaneyutha Paribhrashta, Mrigi Kokairivartita. Together. Vepate smadhikam Sita Vishanti Vangamatmanaha, Vaneyutha Paribhrashta, Mrigi Kokairivartita. Vepate, sma. Vepate, trembles. By addition of sma, it becomes past tense. She trembled. Yutha paribhrashta, one who was separated from the, paribhrashta means lost or separated. Yutha means troop or collection. One who was separated from her herd. Kokaihi ardita. Kokaihi means by koka. Koka means wolf. Okay, these wild wolves. Arditaha means one who is tormented. Ardita, Mrigi iva Sita. She was like a doe, Mrigi means doe, that had separated from the herd and was being chased by a pack of hungry wolves. Okay, Mrigi iva Sita. Atmanaha angam vishanti. Atmanaha, towards her own self. Angam, her limbs. Vishanti, contracting. Adhikam vepate sma, exceedingly trembled. So she was very agitated and feeling very hounded by those hostile Rakshasis, like a doe that had gotten separated from its herd and was being chased by a pack of hungry wolves. So she tried to make herself as small as possible, contracted her form and trembled in fear. सात्वशोकस्य विपुलां सात्वशोकस्य विपुलां शाखामालम्ब्य पुष्पितां शाखाम् आलम्ब्य पुष्पितां चिन्तयामास शोकेन चिन्तयामास शोकेन भर्तारं भग्नमानसा भर्तारं भग्नमानसा सात्वशोकस्य विपुलां शाखामालम्ब्य पुष्पितां सात्वशोकस्य विपुलां शाखामालम्ब्य पुष्पितां चिन्तयामास शोकेन भर्तारं भग्नमानसा चिन्तयामास शोकेन भर्तारं भग्नमानसा टुगेदर सात्वशोकस्य विपुलां शाखामालम्ब्य पुष्पितां चिन्तयामास शोकेन भर्तारं भग्नमानसा चिन्तयामास she thought okay shokena bhagnamanasa shokena with sorrow bhagnamanaha means one whose heart is broken okay broken heartedly sa she with a broken heart she ashokasya of the ashoka tree pushpitam vipulam shakham flower well flowered pushpitam vipulam large shakha branch alambya holding on to bhartaram chintayamas with great grief she thought of her husband bhartaram means of her husband she thought. Now here there is a small thing that everyone must note. What is the tree that she approached when she was being threatened by the Rakshasis? Was it an Ashoka tree? What tree was it? Yes, Harika ji, unmute.
Shimshupa tree.
So Valmiki Maharshi is saying Ashoka. Correct? He is not wrong. The name of the tree, the species may be Shimshupa. But in the Ramayana Tilaka commentary, it says the tree is referred to as Ashoka because Ashoka Sadrisha Shimshupam is one meaning, which means like an Ashoka tree, the Shimshupa tree, both have red flowers. But the deeper meaning is this. Hanuman is there on the tree. She is filled with Shoka. She goes towards the tree, holds on to the branch, which is really in reality for her Ashoka because it is going to drive away her Shoka. In a nod to the fact that Shimshupa tree is actually Ashoka for her, Valmiki Maharshi calls the tree as an Ashoka tree. Okay. So this is the reason it is so. Go to the next shloka. Sa snapayanti vipulau स्तनौ नेत्रजलस्रवैः चिन्तयन्ती न शोकस्य तदान्तम् अधिगच्छति सा स्नापयन्ती विपुलौ स्तनौ नेत्रजलस्रवैः सा स्नापयन्ती विपुलौ स्तनौ नेत्रजलस्रवैः चिन्तयन्ती न शोकस्य तदान्तम् अधिगच्छति चिन्तयन्ती न शोकस्य तदान्तम् अधिगच्छति together सा स्नापयन्ती विपुलौ स्तनौ नेत्रजलस्रवैः चिन्तयन्ती न शोकस्य तदान्तम् अधिगच्छति न अधिगच्छति अधिगमना means to understand or see perceive na adhigachati not perceiving she is not perceiving what shokasya antam the end to her sorrow. She is so sad thinking of her husband holding on to the tree branch. She does not see an end to her sorrow. Shokasya antam na adhigachati. Tada, then, sa, she, netra jala sravaihi. With the flow, netra jala means tear. Srava means that which pours is a torrent. With a torrent of tears flowing from her eyes. Vipulau stanau, over her large stanabhaga. Snapayanti, bathing it. Chintayanti, brooding. Shokasya antam na adhigachati. She does not see the end to her sorrows. We must remember that all these shlokas, as Valmiki Maharshi is narrating, the perspective is also from Hanuman's. Because he is there in the Shimshupa tree seeing all these actions. He is seeing her extreme grief. He is seeing her movements, the fact that she's contracting her limbs, the fact that she's bathing herself with her tears. All this he is observing. He does not immediately pop up with a handkerchief saying, dry your tears, I am there to protect you, because he knows that action can backfire. He's very, very smart. He knows exactly when to open his mouth. Very slowly he will open his mouth, therefore. Carefully, for a lot of consideration. Savepamana patita, Savepamana patita, pravate kadaliyatha, pravate kadaliyatha, राक्षसीनां भयत्रस्ता, राक्षसीनां भयत्रस्ता, विवर्णवदनाभवत्, विवर्णवदनाभवत्, सावेपमाना पतिता, प्रवाते कदलीयथा, सावेपमाना पतिता, प्रवाते कदलीयथा, राक्षसीनां भयत्रस्ता, विवर्णवदनाभवत्, राक्षसीनां भयत्रस्ता, विवर्णवदनाभवत्. Together. सावेपमाना पतिता, प्रवाते कदलीयथा, राक्षसीनां भयत्रस्ता, विवर्णवदनाभवत्. Abhavat, she became. Sa, she, Sita Mata. Pravate patita kadali yatha. Kadali means banana plant. Pravate means due to in a strong wind-like situation. Patita, fallen. Kadali, banana tree. Yatha, like that. Vepamana, one who was trembling. Rakshasinam bhayatrasta, of the Rakshasis, one who was frightened. Vivarna vadana. Vivarna means losing color. Varna means color. Vivarna, without color. Vadana, face. Her face drained of all its color. She became pale-faced. We must remember that when all these tears and all these actions are happening, the Rakshasis are not sitting passively and smiling at her. They are continuing to jeer at her, taunt her. They're continuing to make threatening sounds, noises. They're continuing to circle her like a pack of hungry wolves. So then she becomes pale in their company. Rakshasinam bhayatrasta. Tasya sa dirgha vipula, tasya sa dirgha vipula, vepantya sitaya tada, vepantya sitaya tada, tadrishe company veni, tadrishe company veni, vyaliva parisarpati, vyaliva parisarpati, tasya sa dirgha vipula, vepantya sitaya tada, tasya sa dirgha vipula, vepantya sitaya tada, tadrishe company veni, vyaliva parisarpati, tadrishe company veni, vyaliva parisarpati. Together. Tasya sa dirgha vipula, vepantya sitaya tada, tadrishe company veni, vyaliva parisarpati. Parisarpati, sorry. Tadrishe, appeared. It appeared. What appeared? Vepantyaha. This is a description of her veni. Veni tadrishe. Veni means what? Long braid of hair. Remember, she was eka veni dhara. She was wearing only a single long, thick plait of hair. Vepantyaha. I remember we discussed also earlier, just having a single braid of hair is a sign of not taking care of one's appearance. Okay, because a person of her stature is supposed to have elaborate hair coiffure. But what does she have? Just a single braid of hair because she was a tapaswini. Vepantyaha tasyaha. Of the one who was tasyaha, of the one who was trembling. Vepantyaha, of the one who was trembling. Okay. Dirgha vipula company sa veni sitaya veni parisarpati vyali eva tadrishi. Dirgha vipula, that which was long and wide, her braid. Company, it was shaking. Sa sitaya veni, by that Sita the braid. Parisarpati vyali eva. Vyali means a female snake. Vyala, male snake. Vyali, female snake. Parisarpati vyali means like a moving female snake. Tadrishe, it appeared. Here, for those who know Sanskrit, there is a small incongruity. Sitaya is in Tritiya Vibhakti, which means by Sita. Okay, all the commentators, all the three main commentators opine that it should be Sitayaha in the sense Sashti Arthe. That is Sitayaha Veni, Sita's braid, it should be. Okay, but one possible interpretation which occurred to me was, it could be that because she was trembling, Sitaya Kampini Sahaveni, by Sita, as she was trembling, her braid also trembled. So the instrument for the braid to tremble was Sita Mata's shaking. So Sitaya and Tritiya Vibhakti may be justified. But the popular opinion is Sitaya is used in the sense of Sashti Vibhakti, which means of Sita, braid of Sita. That is the way it is meant to be used. I hope the meaning is clear. If you want me to repeat anything, I will. Those who know Vibhaktis, especially if you don't get it, ask me, I'll repeat it.
Yes. A banana tree, what connection did you say there? Banana tree.
Like a trembling banana tree in the stormy wind, she was the stormy wind is equal to the Rakshasi's Tarjanam.
Okay.
And her reaction, that of trembling, is like the banana tree. So there's an upama, there's a comparison there.
So which is the banana tree in this word? Because I don't understand.
Sita Mata. Sita Mata is trembling like a banana tree. The strong wind is a Rakshasi's thoughts.
I know. Which is the word for banana tree?
Kathali. Kathali.
Kathali.
We say in puja also Kathali phalam samarpayami.
Yeah, Kathali phalam. Okay.
That one. Okay. Right. So next shloka, this particular shloka, number 9. I hope the meaning is clear. To those of you who know Vibhaktis, Sitaya, Tritiya Vibhakti also we can say are using her as an instrument, or it is Sitayaha, which means of Sita. Okay. Please be on mute, Rutuji.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Next shloka. सा निश्वसन्ति दुःखार्ता सा निश्वसन्ति दुःखार्ता शोकापहत चेतना आर्ता व्यसृजदश्रूणि आर्ता व्यसृजत् अश्रूणि मैथिली विललापः सा निश्वसन्ति दुःखार्ता शोकापहत चेतना सा निश्वसन्ति दुःखार्ता शोकापहत चेतना आर्ता व्यसृजदश्रूणि मैथिली विललापः आर्ता व्यसृजदश्रूणि मैथिली विललापः विललाप verb vilalapa lamented, she lamented. Dukkharta, one who was overcome by sadness. Shoka upahata chetara, right? So shoka apahata chetara, one whose one whose mind is carried away by her shoka apahata chetara, one whose mind has been taken away, or one whose right sense of thinking has been clouded by her sorrow. Arta, one who is afflicted by misery. Okay. Nishvasanti, sighing. Ashruni Vyasrijat, shedding tears. Ashru means tear. Vyasrijat means shedding tears. Vilalapa, lamented. Why did she lament? Bhushanakara in his commentary says it is because of Rama Viraha. Being separated from Rama, she lamented even more. Yeah, Venkatesh Murthy ji, your hand is raised.
Yes, madam. Second line, can you repeat, please?
Chanting or the meaning? Chanting, I presume.
Chanting. Yeah. Second line, second word. Yeah.
Arta vyasrijat ashruni. Arta vyasrijat ashruni. Kindly have your video on, sir, during the class, unless you have specific permission from me.
Okay.
Because I find it very difficult to teach people if I can't make eye contact. For example, see, you did not get the second line you asked me. Thank you for that. But it will be very good. Usually by seeing people's responses, I'm able to teach slower or faster. That helps me a lot in being a slightly better teacher. Right.
Okay.
So, Arta vyasrijada shruni maithili vilalapaha. Again. Arta vyasrijada shruni maithili vilalapaha. Okay. So now we go into the next shloka. Harameti cha dukkharta. Harameti cha dukkharta. Ha punar lakshmaneti cha. Ha punar lakshmaneti cha. Ha shvashru mama kausalye. Ha shvashru mama kausalye. Ha sumitreti bhamini. Ha sumitreti bhamini. Ha rameti cha dukkharta. Ha punar lakshmaneti cha. Ha rameti cha dukkharta. Ha punar lakshmaneti cha. Ha shvashru mama kausalye. Ha sumitreti bhamini. Ha shvashru mama kausalye. Ha sumitreti bhamini. Together. Ha rameti cha dukkharta. Ha punar lakshmaneti cha. Ha shvashru mama kausalye. Ha sumitreti bhamini. So this iti vilalapaha, we have to add. Thus she lamented. Iti vilalapaha. Okay. What did she lament? Ha Rama iti. O Rama. Dukkharta. One who was very, very sad. The Bhamini, beautiful lady. Ha Puraha Lakshmana iti. Again. O Lakshmana iti. Cha. And. Ha Shvashru. O my mother-in-law. Whom is she naming? Mama Kausalye ha Sumitreti Bhamini. She is now calling both Kausalya and Sumitra. Okay. Thus thinking that, oh no, I'm missing all of you. Instead of being nestled in your love and care, here I am separated from Lord Rama and in the clutches of this terrible Rakshasa. After Kaikeyi's treatment of Rama, one small subtle instance where Sita Mata does not record or register her missing of Kaikeyi. Rama, on the other hand, when Bharata comes with the Padukas, asks after the welfare of his mother. That is Kaikeyi, not Kausalya. So, Rama shows a very, very generous, broad-minded nature, whereas Sita Mata in this particular case does not specifically lament after Kaikeyi. Just a small point to note. Lokapravadas satyoyam. Lokapravadas satyoyam. Panditaiः samudahritah. Panditaiः samudahritah. Akale durlabho mrityuh. Akale durlabho mrityuh. Striya va purushasya va. Striya va purushasya va. लोकप्रवादः सत्योऽयम् पण्डितैः समुदाहृताः. लोकप्रवादः सत्योऽयम् पण्डितैः समुदाहृताः. अकाले दुर्लभो मृत्युः. स्त्रिया वा पुरुषस्य वा. अकाले दुर्लभो मृत्युः. स्त्रिया वा पुरुषस्य वा. Together. लोकप्रवादः सत्योऽयम् पण्डितैः समुदाहृताः. अकाले दुर्लभो मृत्युः. स्त्रिया वा पुरुषस्य वा. Two times you have chanted. No? Together let's chant it. लोकप्रवादः सत्योऽयम् पण्डितैः समुदाहृताः. अकाले दुर्लभो मृत्युः. स्त्रियाः वा पुरुषस्य वा. Venkatesh Murthy ji, you had another question?
No, madam. It's clear.
Okay, fine. So now let's see the Anvaya. Asti we have to add. Okay. Satyaha asti. It is true. What is true? Panditaihi samudahritah lokapravadaha satyah. Ayam lokapravadaha satyah asti. Kim panditaihi samudahritah. By panditas, that which is spoken of. Panditas means what? Those who know. Okay. Not just, a Vyakarana Pandita or a Nyaya Pandita or a Pandita who's a scholar, but Pandita means a person who is wise. So by wise people, Samudahritaha, as has been stated by them, quoted and stated. Some Udahritaha. That word actually, if you understand, it is not a statement just made by them, but they have quoted it from the relevant sources, from Dharma Shastra, from Niti Shastras, from the Puranas. They have quoted these statements. So, Samudahritaha, well quoted by the Panditas. Lokapravataha, a fact which is therefore well known in the world among people. Satyam, this is Satyam, this is true. Okay, what is true? Akale, when it is not the time. Mrityuhu, death. Striya va purushasya va. Striyaha va purushasya va. Whether it is for women or for men. Durlabha asti. It is difficult. It is not possible. So you will not die unless you are ordained to die. Okay. This is a well-known fact which the Panditas also tell. When do they tell this? We must understand this a little. When do they tell it? Normally, when somebody who's in distress, we will approach only somebody who's wise. No, we will not go to somebody who's unwise. We will tell that wise person, I'm having all these X, Y, Z problems. We will cry our hearts out. Okay, we'll unburden ourselves and say these are all our issues. The Panditas, in order to give hope, will quote from the Puranas, will quote from the Shastras that as long as there is life, there is hope. Till you are ordained to die, till your prarabdha karma is extinguished, there is no death for you. Correct? Death happens only once. And that time is not decided by you. It is ordained by karma. So you have nothing to do with death. You have everything to do with life only. Correct? To counsel you this way, they will tell you, Akale mrityu durlabha. Okay. So here, Sita Mata is muttering this to herself. It is truly what these Panditas say, but she is muttering to herself out of great desperation, out of great sadness. She is saying, yes, how much better it would have been if I had lost my life in the crossing of the ocean. If Ravana had lost his, if I had not been held so securely by my hair, maybe I would have fallen down. If I had fallen down, all this will be moot. I wish I had died. So that's what she's thinking, but she's saying this, that what the Pandita says, true. I hope meaning is clear. We'll move forward. यत्राहमेवं क्रूराभिराक्षसीभिर्हार्दिता राक्षसीभिरिह अर्दिता राक्षसीभिर्हार्दिता जीवामि हीनारामेण मुहूर्तमपि दुःखिता यत्राहमेवं क्रूराभिराक्षसीभिर्हार्दिता यत्राहमेवं क्रूराभिराक्षसीभिर्हार्दिता जीवामि हीनारामेण मुहूर्तमपि दुःखिता जीवामि हीनारामेण मुहूर्तमपि दुःखिता यत्राहमेवं क्रूराभिराक्षसीभिर्हार्दिता जीवामि हीनारामेण मुहूर्तमपि दुःखिता जीवामि I live aham I evam krurabhi yatra aham krurabhi yatra where aham I krurabhi cruel rakshasibhi by cruel rakshasis ardita one who is tormented iha ramena hina muhurtamapi dukkhita jivami here without Rama ramena hina without Rama. When the word hina is used, the upapada vibhakti for the word that comes close to hina is tritiya. That is why ramena hina. Okay. Ramena hina muhurtamapi dukkhita. For even a second, extremely sadly, jivami, I live here. Okay. For those of you who've been following the metaphor where Sita Mata is a jivatma, tormented by the indriyas, caught in the grip of samsara, and exceedingly sad, this shloka, where she yearns for union with Rama, is the shloka which indicates the jivatma's mumukshutva. Ramena vina muhurtamapi dukkhena jivami. This should be our attitude towards Bhagavan. Without even a second, okay, seconds, what do you call it? Without even hope of joining with the Lord. Okay, even being separated from you for a second is causing me great grief. When the Jivatma experiences this feeling, or when the Jiva experiences this feeling, this is called Tivra Ichha for Moksha, which is called Mokshutva. Okay, Rekha ji, your question.
Ma'am, so here Sita Devi represents ideal Jivatma, no ma'am?
Ideal Jivatma. Ideal Jivatma is also caught in the grip of samsara, no? Okay.
But
Ideal Jivatma has to come out of it. And it is an example, nimitta for us. Example for us who are also striving for the same thing. That is why. She is not the ideal who has already reached Rama. She is the ideal who is striving for Rama, who is missing Rama, crying, sorrowing on account of separation. Okay. So the separation from Rama is causing her more sorrow than the grief from the Rakshasis. We must understand that. When we also experience that kind of sorrow, worldly sorrows will not trouble us as much. When we believe that the Vishada or the sadness in our lives is coming because we are separate from the Lord, that's one level. When we have that level of sorrow, that means we won't be tormented by the small sorrows that happen around us, like Rakshasi Tarjanam. Okay, this sorrow will lead to mukti. The sorrow which the samsara dukkha causes will only lead to more bandhana, more trap, getting trapped. So. Okay, shall I move forward? If there are any questions in this, you can think back and ask it. Reflect on it, then probably you may have questions. Yeshalpa punya kripana Yeshalpa punya kripana Vinashishyami anathavat Samudra madhye nauh purna समुद्रमध्ये नौः पूर्णा वायुवेगैरिवाहता वायुवेगैरिवाहता एषाल्पपुण्या कृपणा विनशिष्याम्यनाथवत् एषाल्पपुण्या कृपणा विनशिष्याम्यनाथवत् समुद्रमध्ये नौः पूर्णा वायुवेगैरिवाहता समुद्रमध्ये नौः पूर्णा वायुवेगैरिवाहता together एषाल्पपुण्या कृपणा विनशिष्याम्यनाथवत् समुद्रमध्ये नौः पूर्णा वायुवेगैरिवाहता विनशिष्यामि I will perish. Esha, this, she's referring to herself as Esha, this. Alpa punya, one who has very, very low punya on her balance. Kripana, one who is miserable. Anathavat, like an abandoned orphan. Samudra madhye, in the middle of the Samudra ocean. Vayuvekaihi ahata purna nauhu iva, like a boat that has been hit by the speed of the wind in the middle of the ocean. Don't think she is perishing in the middle of the ocean. There is again another upama here, another comparison. What is the comparison? Samudra madhye, in the middle of the ocean. Vayuvekaihi, by the speed of the wind. Ahata, that which has been hit. Purna, fully loaded. Nauhu iva, like a boat. Vinashishyami, I will perish. I will topple over. Okay, so essentially she's feeling very bad in making this statement about herself. Now, if you look at it as self-pity, okay, then our learning is limited to self-pity. If you look at it with, there is something here behind the intent of what she is saying, we can tie it up to the evolved Jivatma's question to Bhagavan. Which context? Who can tell me? Evolved Jivatma asked Bhagavan some questions. Which context?
Arjuna,
Sorry, asking Artiji, please, because I don't know who else has raised their hands. Artiji has. Please tell me.
Why am I suffering?
Who asked this question to whom?
Jivatma is asking Paramatma.
We have an example of a conversation that has happened between an evolved Jivatma and Bhagavan that we can quote and understand this particular shloka, which reeks of self-pity.
Arjuna asking Krishna.
Arjuna asking Krishna. Tight up with Bhagavad Gita, you will know why this Kripana question is coming. Why this sad question is being asked. Okay, what is the sad point being made? I will perish. I am Anathavat. I am like an orphan. I am Dina, Hina. I am Kripana. Like this, I will perish like a boat caught in the middle of the ocean. Bhagavan is asked the same question by Arjuna in the 6th chapter. Okay, Ayati Shraddhayo Peto Yomam Charitamaanasaha Yoga Charitamaanasaha Aprapya Yoga Samsiddhim Kam Gatim Krishna Gacchati. If I do not join, if I do not get yoga, if I do not have union with the divine, what will be my gati? Will I perish? He asks this question straight out because he knows we can do karma yoga, we can strive to do bhakti yoga, but each of us, if we start looking at our bhakti and evaluating it, most of us will say 99% of our bhakti or 99.9% of our bhakti is transactional. Yes, so we will believe that we don't qualify on count of bhakti yoga. We'll say, okay, I'm trying for karma yoga. But how much, even if I'm trying, I'm not getting this thing called Chitta Shuddhi. The pull of the samsara is very strong. I feel, therefore, I will not get moksha in this birth. Very guaranteed for me. I know I'm not getting it. So what is going to happen to me, Krishna? Already I'm on your path. I'm coming towards you. Will I fall off? Will I lose what I have gained? Now, those who have come for Sundarakandam class, Vishnu Sastava class will know. We'll come back to this point before also. What does Bhagavan say? What is Bhagavan's answer?
Hold on to the feet of Bhagavan, ma'am.
Sorry?
Hold on to the feet of Bhagavan.
He makes one happy statement. Name bhakta pranashyati. My bhaktas will not pranashyati. Vinashishyami. Same. My bhakta will not perish. just have bhakti in me. Even if you feel you're not qualified for anything, don't worry, you will come back. When you come back, you will be on the same path. Those of us who are in this class, 29 of us, same example I've told before also when I explained these set of shlokas. It is because we have done something in the past that got us on the track of Sundarakandam that we are even able to take it and move forward till 25 Sargas. Correct? How did we even get here? If you start evaluating your own actions in this birth, you will feel, okay, I have done some things, but what have I really done? You will feel it's not enough. So what is the thing that is pushing us forward? Bhagwan's grace. Why is that coming? Because we have done something worthwhile. Some small thing we have done worthwhile. He is keeping us on the path. If we take one step towards him, he will take 2 steps towards us. That is Bhagwan's anugraha, grace. He will never let us perish. That's why Bhagavan says in Bhagavad Gita very clearly, Na me bhakta pranashyati. Any of us, whenever we feel sad, no, we will never take a wrong decision. We will never lose hope. We will never despair if we tell these words to ourselves. Na me bhakta pranashyati. My bhaktas will not perish. Here, Sita Mata is exactly crying out those words. Vinashishyami, I will perish, I will perish. This is not out of self-pity, therefore. This is exactly Arjuna's question. So Bhagavan has sent the lifeline already. See, before she could even cry like this, the lifeline has been sent. It is waiting on the Shumshupa tree for her. So Bhagavan has amply proven Name Bhakta Pranashati even here. Okay, so I hope the meaning is clear. We'll move forward. Bhartaram tama pashyanti, Bhartaram tama pashyanti, Rakshasi vashamagata, Rakshasi vashamagata, Sidami khalu shokena, Sidami khalu shokena, Kulam toyahatam yatha, Kulam toyahatam yatha, Bhartaram tama pashyanti, Rakshasi vashamagata, Bhartaram tama pashyanti, Rakshasi vashamagata, Sidami khalu shokena, Kulam toyahatam yatha, Sidami khalu shokena, Kulam toyahatam yatha. Together. Bhartaram tama pashyanti, Rakshasi vashamagata, Sidami khalu shokena, Kulam toyahatam yatha. Padmaji, your hand is raised.
No, I wanted to tell that answer like Arjuna asked. You could that.
Okay. Sidami. Sidanti Magatrani Mukham Chaparishuti Vepatusha Sarire Meha. Shrestha is immediately looking up. Ro Maharshi Jayate, first paragraph, first Sarga of Bhagavad Gita. What happens? First chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Okay. Shokena Sidami. And collapsing out of grief, she says, Bhartaram tam apashyanti. Bhartaram, my lord, tam, Puramam. Apashyanti, one who is not able to see. I'm seeing everywhere, but I'm not finding you, my lord. Rakshasi Vashamagata, having been caught in the trap of the Rakshasis. Toya hatam tiram yatha. Toya hatam tiram. Tira means shore of the river. Toya hatam means eroded by floods. Okay, so like the coastline that has been eroded by floods. If the coastline is eroded by floods, then you don't have a safe place to go. In the same way, Shokena, without seeing my lord, Shokena Sidami. I am collapsing out of grief. I'm not exploring the Bhagavad Gita reference here. Just the word Sidami triggered it. Being caught in the grip of samsara, Arjuna's words were these. Tam padmadalapatraksham, Tam padmadalapatraksham, Simha vikrantagaminam, Simha vikrantagaminam, Dhanyah पश्यति मे नाथम् धन्याः पश्यति मे नाथम् कृतज्ञं प्रियवादिनं तं पद्मदलपत्राक्षं सिंहविक्रान्तगामिनं धन्याः पश्यन्ति मे नाथम् कृतज्ञं प्रियवादिनं धन्याः पश्यन्ति मे नाथम् कृतज्ञं प्रियवादिनम्. Did the recording stop for some reason?
Yeah, Shamla ji left the meeting, it seems, ma'am, because her computer
I
crashed.
just joined. Yeah, I just joined back. There was some problem with
Start the recording. I think the 16th shloka then would not have got recorded.
Okay, I actually it is saying recording only.
Is it? Yeah, it is on. Recording button is on. So hopefully, also the host maybe is just continuing. Hopefully. Okay, so we'll see the meaning. We'll just chant it once together. Tam padmadala patraksham simha vikranta gaminam dhanyah pashyanti me natham kritagyam priyavadinam. Padmadala patraksha pashyanti. Can see. Who can see? Dhanyaha pashyanti. Great people, fortunate people can see. Padmadala patraksham. One with eyes like a lotus petal. Padmadala, lotus petal. Patra. Okay. Like a leaf. Aksham, one whose eyes. Simha vikranta gaminam. Gaminam means one whose gait is like Simha vikranta gaminam. It's like this. It's like the lion's majestic strides. Okay, me natham, my lord. Who is he? Kritagyam, priyavadinam. He is Kritagya, he is priyavadi. Priyavadi means what? One who is very, very pleasant in his speech. The word Kritagya we have explored before also. Valmiki throughout Ramayana, in every context possible, where he describes Rama, describes one overwhelmingly important quality of Rama, and that is Kritagya Bhava. He is exceedingly grateful for the smallest of things done to him. And he treats as trina or grass, anything bad done to him. Purpose may be to reassure us. If we think of him even once, he will not forget it. Okay, so that way we can all feel reassured. If I pray to you even once, you'll remember me, no Rama. We can ask him and continue to pray to him as much as we can. Okay, so that is one point of it. The other point of it is, Kritagya starts from the 16 qualities of Rama that Valmiki asked Narada. So these 16 qualities have been elucidated by Narada to Valmiki as a template for how an ideal man should be. So Kritagyata, whenever it is told, we must not just take it as a reassurance that yes, Bhagavan will not forget me, but we must, very, very important, take it as a rule for how we should live our lives. For the smallest of things done for us, we must accept with humility and we must give back manifold for whatever little we receive. And always acknowledge the fact that something good has been given to you. When that feeling of gratitude is there, we will find that life is very, very happy. You will feel blessed. When that attitude is not there, especially for teenagers, we will say this, no? Please don't talk in an entitled way. We sometimes tell them, okay, don't talk as if, you deserve everything simply because you are what you are. Correct? That feeling will never come. If Kritagyata is shown to the slightest degree by us, that feeling will not come. And as human beings in Kali Yuga, this is one trait that we must strive to cultivate. The feeling of saying thank you. Right? And not only just saying thank you as Mukha, stuti, but actually being grateful and doing something about it. Giving back manifold for what we receive. This is one quality we must learn from Rama. So, she again emphasizes Kritagyam, Priyavadinam, one who speaks very sweetly and for the welfare of others. Tam Menatham, one who is able to see my Lord. Anyaha, only those fortunate people can see him. I am Alpa Punya, I am separated from him. But fortunate ones are able to behold him. That is the meaning. सर्वथा तेन हीनाय सर्वथा तेन हीनाय रामेण विदितात्मना रामेण विदितात्मना. Sorry, my words in the previous shloka, Kritagya, also should be taken to mean one more thing. Not only must we be exceedingly grateful, we must not expect gratitude. If we start dealing with the world in such an attitude that, oh, I am doing so much, nobody is appreciating me, I am giving so much, people are not even thankful to me for it. If that kind of attitude comes in, automatically it is a recipe for disaster. Right? From our side, we must be grateful. For us, we must not expect gratitude. Okay. Rama, of course, is also an embodiment of that. If somebody does even slightest good for him, he remembers. If somebody does something very, very bad to him, he forgets and moves on. Okay. Sarvatha tena heenaya, sarvatha tena heenaya, ramena viditatmana, ramena viditatmana, तीक्ष्णं विषमिवास्वाद्य तीक्ष्णं विषमिवास्वाद्य दुर्लभं मम जीवितं दुर्लभं मम जीवितं सर्वथा तेन हीनाय रामेण विदितात्मना सर्वथा तेन हीनाय रामेण विदितात्मना तीक्ष्णं विषमिवास्वाद्य दुर्लभं मम जीवितं तीक्ष्णं विषमिवास्वाद्य दुर्लभं मम जीवितं. Together. सर्वथा तेन हीनाय रामेण विदितात्मना तीक्ष्णं विषमिवास्वाद्य दुर्लभं मम जीवितं. Durlabham asti. It is very difficult. Viditatmana, by one who knows the self, Ramena, Tena Hinayaha, being separated from him, being without the knower of the self, Rama, Mama Tikshnam, Visham Aswadya, Iva Jivitam, Mama Jivitam, my life, Tikshnam Visham Aswadya, Iva, as if I have consumed terrible poison. Sarvatha, by all means. Durlabham, it is very difficult indeed. I feel as if I'm choking on terrible poison when I'm being separated from Lord Rama. Kidrisham tu maya papam, Kidrisham tu maya papam, Pura janmantare kritam, Pura janmantare kritam, Yenedam prapyate dukkham. येनेदं प्राप्यते दुःखं मया घोरं सुदारुणं कीदृशं तु मया पापं पुरा जन्मान्तरे कृतं कीदृशं तु मया पापं पुरा जन्मान्तरे कृतं येनेदं प्राप्यते दुःखं मया घोरं सुदारुणं येनेदं प्राप्यते दुःखं मया घोरं सुदारुणं कीदृशं तु मया पापं पुरा जन्मान्तरे कृतं येनेदं प्राप्यते दुःखं मया घोरं सुदारुणं. प्राप्यते, have obtained. Yena maya ghoram sudarunam idam dukkham. Yena, by which action of mine, maya, by me, ghoram, terrible, sudarunam, cruel, idam dukkham, this sorrow. Kidrisham mahapapam maya janmantare kritam. Dukkham prapyate, that I have attained this sorrow. Kidrisham mahapapa, what kind of bad sin, maya, by me, janmantare, in another birth, kritam, has been done. So this is a very common lament. We all say, when something bad happens to us, what do we say? What papa have I committed? We think this janma we have not done any papa, and therefore previous janma only we would have done some papa. So janmantare kidrisha papam kritam. Okay, first, the very fact now, most of us, we don't have a clean sheet in this janma before we bring in the next janma into account. In this case also, what is a papa that she has done, that she is suffering from such a cruel fate? Think Sita Mata. Here, the commentator, this is from Shiromani. So he says that whatever is the action of the previous birth, it finds the individual in this birth like how the calf finds the cow. So whatever be the action, it comes back to bite. Okay. But what could have been the action here if you analyze? In this birth, the problem was the words that she spoke to Lakshmana. When Ravana was taken away by the Mayamrika, she spoke Sudarunam, Kruram words to Lakshmana. That also was to become a nimitta for the act of abduction. As Jaganmata, she knew she had to enter Lanka. The only way she could do it was if Lakshmana left her side. So she still spoke it. Because she spoke it, she had to suffer the consequences. The Sudarunam words, the words that she spoke to Lakshmana, how it would have killed him from within. The same way the Rakshasi's words and the separation from Rama is killing her from within. Okay, that is from the point of view of this Janma. Janmantare, when you're looking at it, then we should remind ourselves the story of Sati immolating herself in the self-created Chidagni. That is also a big act. Okay. The manifest chose to make herself unmanifest. But she did it at the Chidagni. Chidagni Kunda Sambhuta could also become Chidagni Chita. She could also burn herself in the Chidagni. She burned herself. Carrying the corpse of Sati, Shiva was roaming around. Correct? Wreaking destruction everywhere by dancing a terrible Tandava. What did Lord Vishnu do? From where Lord Shiva could not see him, he unleashed the Sudarshana Chakra and cut up the body of Sati into 51 pieces so that holding on to this Deha, Shiva will not lose his sense of the self, which he had lost. Okay, so to bring him back to reality, Lord Vishnu cut up with the body of Sati in 51 pieces. Finding the body having disappeared from his hands suddenly, Shiva immediately bursts out with a curse, saying, whoever separated me from my wife will be separated from their wife. Okay, turns, sees Lord Vishnu. Tells him, okay, I will only take birth as Hanuman. I'll come and join you together. I don't mean this as a permanent curse on you. Okay, so whose Janmantara Kritam, Lord Vishnu's Janmantara Kritam has affected two parties, Lakshmi Devi and Lord Vishnu. Therefore, Sita Mata and Rama have to suffer from the separation. Okay, so Kim Papam now we know, or we can postulate. Jeevitam tyaktumichhami, Jeevitam tyaktumichhami, Shokena mahatavrita, Shokena mahatavrita, Rakshasibhischa rakshantya, Rakshasibhischa rakshantya, Ramo nasatyate maya, Ramo nasatyate maya, Jeevitam tyaktumichhami, Shokena mahatavrita, Jeevitam tyaktumichhami, Shokena mahatavrita, Rakshasibhischa rakshantya. Sorry, Rakshasibhischa rakshantya, Ramo nasatyate maya, Rakshasibhischa rakshantya, Ramo nasadyate maya. Together. Jeevitam tyaktumichhami, Shokena mahatavrita, Rakshasibhischa rakshantya, Ramo nasadyate maya. Na asadyate, cannot be reached. Ramaha maya na asadyate. Rama cannot be reached by me. Mahata shokena avrita, covered with or filled with great sorrow. Jeevitam tyaktum ichchami, I desire to give up my life. Ramaha maya na asadhyate, Rama will not be attained by me. Rakshasibhi surakshita asmi, I am being well protected by these Rakshasis. There is no way in which Rama can reach me. So it is better to take my own life than to meet a cruel end at the hands of the Rakshasis, or be forced to accede to Ravana's demands. It is better to give up my life. This is how she reasons. Dhigastu khalu manushyam, dhigastu paravashyatam, dhigastu khalu manushyam, dhigastu paravashyatam, na shakyam tat parityaktum, na shakyam tat parityaktum, atmachandena jeevitam, atmachandena jeevitam, dhigastu khalu manushyam, dhigastu paravashyatam, dhigastu khalu manushyam, dhigastu paravashyatam, na shakyam tat parityaktum, atmachandena jeevitam, na shakyam tat parityaktum, atmachandena jeevitam. Together. Dhigastu khalu manushyam, dhigastu paravashyatam, na shakyam tat parityaktum, atmachandena jeevitam. Na shakyam, it is not possible. Asti. Manushyam dhik, fire on this human life. Dhikastu. Paravashyatam dhikastu, being dependent on others, fire on that. Yet atmachandena jeevitam parityakyum na shakyam khalu. Yet by which atmachandena, on my own volition, jeevitam, life, parityaktum, to give up, na shakyam, is not possible. Khalu, indeed. So, fire on this human existence, because for human beings, suicide is a sin. Okay, second, paravashyatam dik, because I am now, either I belong to my husband and I am always with him, in which case I won't want to give up my life, I'll be happy. Now that I am in the clutches of these Rakshasis and horrible Ravana, if I want to give up my life also, I will not be allowed to, because I am so fiercely guarded by them. There is no weapon, there is nothing by which I can take my own life. Okay, so if I want to take my life also, I can't do this. How horrible it is. She curses mortal life. Okay. For Digastu, immediately that story which I was reminded of was Digastu Kalu Manushyam. The Vasus, Ashtavasus, they stole Vasishta's calf. Okay, then they were cursed by Vasishta to take a human birth. So what did they do? They went and prayed to Ganges saying, Digastu Manushyam, I cannot take birth as a human being, please save me from it. I have to suffer for the curse. We have to suffer for the curse. So we'll be born as your children and you have to immediately make sure that we meet our death. Okay, so the whole existence as a human being is considered as very, very revolting by the devas and by the evolved beings. Okay, and therefore, whatever be the sorrow, Tilaka commentary says that whatever be the sorrow, it has to be born in human birth, and human birth is therefore the only unique vehicle where we can attain moksha. Okay, so both, there is one silver lining in this black cloud of human birth. That is, it can be your last birth. Okay, so that is the only silver cloud. This is said by Tilaka in his commentary. Paramartha Prapti is possible only in Manushya Janma. Okay, so we don't have to feel bad. We can all feel good and say, yes, yes, it can be our last one. Okay, so we will, last shloka we will see. Last concluding line we will see. Iti Srimad Ramayane Sundarakande Panchavimsha Sargaha. Let's stop it. Swasti Prajabhyah Paripalyanah